law gun. Might win your case, might choke your ass. Don't come around here short my motherfucking money. I ain't tell your ass to commit no motherfucking crime. Go get your shit together now. I don't care your kids ain't eight, your mama motherfucking going blind, or your bitch ain't got no tampons. Better have my motherfucking money when this goddamn case starts. This week's episode of Logons Podcast is brought to you by Dip Off Lane. Has this pandemic made you realize how much you dislike your significant other? Does the lack of movement through quarantine make it more difficult to dip off with your side piece? Ladies, do you miss the long strokes of your unemployed side dude who likes eating ass? Gentlemen, do you miss the sexual intercourse of that special lady, which will undoubtedly lead to 18 years of drama, wage garnishments, and child support? Dip Off Lane is the hotel built to accommodate all of your needs. They offer 50 rooms in a secluded location to members only. Dip off with that special someone to create a baby you don't want or need, just because you need a night of passion, nastiness, and sex relief. Contact Dip Off Lane, where you come for sex and leave with regret. My motherfucking law gun. Might win your case, might choke your ass. Don't come around here short my motherfucking money. I ain't tell your ass to commit no motherfucking crime. Go get your shit together now. I don't care your kids ain't eight, your mama motherfucking going blind, or your bitch ain't got no tampons. Better have my motherfucking money when this goddamn case starts. This week's episode of Logons Podcast is brought to you by Dip Off Lane. Has this pandemic made you realize how much you dislike your significant other? Does the lack of movement through quarantine make it more difficult to dip off with your side piece? Ladies, do you miss the long strokes of your unemployed side dude who likes eating ass? Gentlemen, do you miss the sexual intercourse of that special lady, which will undoubtedly lead to 18 years of drama, wage garnishments, and child support? Dip Off Lane is the hotel built to accommodate all of your needs. They offer 50 rooms in a secluded location that are available to members only. Dip off that special someone to create a baby you don't want or need, just because you need a night of passion, nastiness, and sex relief. Contact Dip Off Lane, where you come for the sex and leave with regret. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Logons Podcast. And this week we have with us Miss Cotton Candi. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure would. Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Cotton Candi, BBW Legendary, all on deck. If you see me on cottoncandyxxx.com or Plumper Pass, you know who I am, 52NG. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Thank you. I see. I love your energy.
Thank you, Bill. You know. See, little known fact, I'm a radio personality too, so I'm getting the interview so I can let loose a little bit. I'm being interviewed today.
My mother always told me you never ask a lady her age, but you don't mind, do you?
I'm 46. You better ask me because I'm representing.
Okay. Where you from?
46 years old and proud to be.
Okay, where you from?
I am originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana, born and bred, Chicago, Delaware is where I reside. New York is where I reside. I have a few homes, so I'm a little everywhere. But if I had to call one particular place home, it would be where my children are, which is Delaware.
Okay, I'm from Chicago. I'm in Chicago, so.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago too, Southside. My dad repping over there right now.
All right. So we got a little bit of home team on today.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, now, what would you describe your profession as?
Porn, sucking and fucking. What you mean? You know who I am.
Hey.
What do you mean? What I describe? I describe it as a get money hustle of sucking and fucking on a camera. That's what I describe it as.
Okay, how long have you been in the adult film industry? Now, do you prefer this called adult film or porn?
It's whatever. It's all smut. So you can say adult film. You can say adult entertainment. You can say porn. You can call it whatever. But it's all the same. I got into the porn industry April of 2010. Mm-hmm. So I just ran up on my 10 years last year. April this year will be 11 years in the porn game.
Okay, so you got into the game roughly, you were 35, 36 years old?
Exactly. Exactly.
So do you feel like since you came in at a later age than most women, like you approached it more as a business?
I most definitely did. I didn't get into. We're gonna go deep in this. I know you said 45 minutes, but we might be in here a long time.
Okay.
So I did not get into the porn industry because I'm a nympho. I did not get into the porn industry because I have daddy issues. I did not get into the porn industry because I have mama issues. I have no fucked up childhood life. I don't come from no streets. I'm a suburban raised military child. This was all strictly a business hustle. I have a entertainment company
Mhm.
called Wet and Wild Fantasy Entertainment, and we do a lot of bachelor parties, just because parties, going to jail parties, not jail parties, bachelorette parties. We love the ladies that love the ladies.
Mhm.
So we do all that in the tri-state area of Delaware, Jersey, Virginia, New York, Philly, and that's where that grew from. Some of the girls wanted to get into the porn industry, and because I am loyal and honest and I keep everything 100, they wanted me to manage that side of filming them and getting it out there and stuff like that. So I wrote, what was it? Who was it? I wrote Black Pearl Productions, Bang Bros. I did, because I have a college degree. I am 4-year bachelor's in business management and a 2-year minor in accounting. So I did my professional business letters, writing to these companies of basically how dudes contact me. Now, how do you get into the porn business?
Mhm.
How do you get the financing? What type of equipment would be best to use? Thinking, because it's coming in from a professional level, these motherfuckers will get back to me. No, it's like the fucking Illuminati. Let me tell you, the porn business is like the Illuminati. Don't think that you just gonna get in here and buck up, because that's not gonna be the case. It's a long answer to your question too.
Do your thing. Do your
So
thing. I'm loving it.
okay, so when I got into it, I contacted no. His name is Ken of BBW Highway.
Mhm.
One of my dancers, her name was Sunshine at the time, that she was in the stripper business. So we were all strippers. She was in the stripper business. So she had put a post on adultspace.com. I think that's still there. I'm not sure. But she had put a post on adultspace.com, and he had notified her that she was not what he was actually looking for. She was too small. She was big, but wasn't what he was looking for.
Mhm.
And he was like, if you have anyone, I pay a referral fee, blah, blah, blah. So unbeknownst to myself, she had sent my photo to Ken. Ken contacted me, and we talk about this all the time. Ken contacted me every other day, literally every other day. Cotton, I'm telling you, if you get into the business, you're going to blow up. You have a unique look. I don't know if you're Black, Puerto Rican, or Chinese. You got big ass titties with a big old ass, and your fucking figure is this. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that smut shit. This is me talking. I don't want to do that nasty shit. I just want to be behind the camera. I just want to be behind the camera working for my girls. So the last time that he called me, the second week that he called me, he was like, listen, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Nobody's going to tell you nothing about this business unless you. He said, if you want to learn the business, you got to get down. This is him. You got to get down or lay down. I guess, let me talk, because here's my list. I don't do cum in my mouth. I don't do anal. I don't do girls. I don't do this. I don't do that. I was very vanilla, very, very vanilla in my life. Like, I could tear it up like a regular female, and my sex was never sloppy, but I wasn't for the extra bullshit.
Mhm.
So he was like, okay, that's fine. Here's a list of things you don't do. Let me set up your first, production. Let me set up your first scene, your first set. So my first set was with Power Bosom. Oh, Lord, I'm answering all your questions
Hey, do your
with
thing.
this whole story. So my first set was with Power Bosom. I'm going to tell y'all right now, it was the worst experience of my life. Not the people, just me emotionally. It was not what I wanted. So remember, I gave him my list. I gave him my list of all the things I didn't want to do. So we get to Jersey and we shoot with Miss and her husband Ty was working the camera, and her son Justin was doing the video recording. So there was Black Passion. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but Black Passion at the time, and her husband was her co-star. So they were on there. And then it was myself and also a new guy, and I can't even remember. I'm so bad with my co-star names. I can't remember his name, but the movie is on cottoncandyxxx.com. It's called The Barbershop. I got it from her bosom. So upon getting there, I was like, okay, cool. We got guys, we got girls. Let me get dressed. So I go in the bathroom. Yeah, there was no place to get dressed but the bathroom in the barbershop. So at the front of the barbershop, I made Sunshine come with me because she got me in shit, okay? So in the front of the barbershop, Sunshine set, like when you walk in, there was 7 people. Of course, you got the onlookers. There were 7 people in the back of the barbershop watching what was going on. So I had to get hip to my vanilla ass turning over to a ratchet cotton candy bitch. So I gotta be okay now with people watching, because I didn't know that was a factor. Like I just didn't know, because before I even stepped on that, I never watched porn. Like never. Had no reason to. Okay. So now I'm in the bathroom. I come out the bathroom. Black Passion's there. I'm here. And we do the walkout scene in our clothes, and they film us coming up. They film us going back. I'm like, okay, this is easy. This is what it's hitting for. So then I'm thinking this in my mind. Like, okay, this is a piece of cake. So I come in, and she's like, okay, so we're going to do the sex scenes. We're going to do the girl scene. I was like, I don't do girls. Remember my list. I don't do girls. So she was like, well, this is what the scene is. And this is the real porn industry. This is what this scene is, and this is what you have to do. Mm-hmm. Or you can give the money back. Now, I come from the stripper world where you get deposits. Yeah. Okay? So I made Ken give me a deposit so that I know that this shit was real, and I'm not going on some fuddy-duddy shit, and I don't get my bread from this situation. So I had spent that money, okay? And this was back when the thong song was popping, thong. So the traps were real, drug dealers were real, money was always flowing. So you spent money knowing you was going to get that shit right back. You know what I'm saying? Like you was going to get it right back at the strip club. Yeah, I spent that money. I wasn't budgeting. So I give no money back because a bitch ain't have no money. I learned real quick that day, don't spend the deposit. So she was like, well, you need to talk to Ken because we got to do the scene and you're cutting into the time. Like she was real thorough with it, but she was like, bitch, do your job. You came here to suck and fuck. So I go into the bathroom. Now I'm calling Ken. I'm crying. And the bathroom is only like one. Y'all go to the barbershop. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just a toilet and a sink. So it's like everybody can hear, I said I don't want to do girls. Holy snot running down my nose. Oh, I was traumatized like shit. So he was like, listen. He taught me in the bathroom how to eat or how to make it look like I was eating pussy on camera. So I go out there, I get my big girl panties on, and we start the scene, and she was like, okay, she's gonna do you. So she did me, and I was like one of those memes where the girl has her hands on her face while the dude's going down on her, but it was Black Passion going, because I've never done anything with females. Mm-hmm. So my hands are to the side still, like I'm holding my breasts, but in my mind, my hands are on my face. So Black Passion go, goes down on me, I get no, like, girls, I'm sorry. Y'all eat the twat. I get no feeling from that. But a nigga go down there, it's straight lace. Like, let's get it. So she was down there. She do it, did. I was like, okay. So she was like, okay, it's your turn. I was like, oh. So she lays down. Now, when I first got there, Black Passion was touching me like a dude does, like rub your arm, like, oh, you're so pretty. You are so pretty. Touching my butt, touching my titties. So she was already turned on because she do girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she do girls. So when it was my turn, she was already turned on. So it was wet and gushy. And honestly, I'm going to keep it real. Before I even did porn, I never looked at my pussy. So I never knew. I knew how to clean that thing and keep it bald, but I never knew what it looked like. Okay, even being in the stripper world, I was never up in nobody's cho-chop, Poppy. You hear me? So at the end of the day, when I went and saw, and she had hair, so it was like, I'm being real graphic, it was like glistening on the hair. She had it oozing like a teardrop out of her vagina hole. And I immediately in myself, it wasn't anything on her. I just wanted to throw up. Like I wanted to like gag, but I held it in because it's 7 niggas in the back. I got Sunshine in the front. I got the 2 male co-stars and the 3 people on the staff. I couldn't look like no punk. My mom saying, raise no punks. After all that crying and snotting in the bathroom. So I go down and I spread her lips and I'm literally licking the space above her clit. You know that little space, ladies, we have above the clit. So I'm licking that and I'm looking at Sunshine every time because her head, Black Passion's head is facing the door. So I'm looking at Sunshine every time I come up off a lick. And she was like, when it was all said and done, you look like a cat licking milk. So that's how I was not touching the vagina. And then Ken told me, just put your face down in there and make noise. So I'll probably put my face in my hands, audience, so y'all can hear what I made it sound like. I was like, but I was nowhere near her vagina. Like my face was in them thick ass thighs, because fat girls, we loving it. We loving it. We loving it with them thighs. We love it. So that was my first experience in the porn game. That is how I got in the porn game. That is how it started. It got so much better after that point because I knew to be vocal, like really vocal, not only with the person who was booking me, because some companies have booking agents. So not only with the person that was booking me, but getting the phone numbers to the actual people that's going to be on the set and getting clarity on what's going on, getting clarity about my money, getting clarity about my co-stars and like what I will do and what I won't do. But look at me now, doing anal, putting cum in my mouth, I'm doing scenes with girls. So every stripper turns into a porn star. I'm just gonna let y'all know that right. They gonna say nah, but they have done some freak shit on somebody's camera somewhere, and they've done porn. So that's your first answer.
Yeah, I was a strip. Hey, that was a great answer.
Oh my God.
I considered myself a strip club connoisseur, and one of the local porn companies, the guys used to come in there, looking for girls. Mm-hmm. And these were some creepy ass motherfucking dudes. Like, I'm never like I do know 2 porn stars. Well, I can't call them porn stars. I know 2 women who do porn. Can't call them stars. Okay. And they had worked with these guys. And my first image of like guys who produce porn was these 2 creepy, cheesy ass, lame ass dudes who came in the club. And it was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, everybody can't act like this, because they reminded me of what was that, Boogie Nights. They reminded me of the guys off of Boogie Nights, like black versions.
Right.
Like they came in there, like they were lame. They didn't tip the girls. They had that creep look, with the head, chin down, eyes up, looking at the girls, speaking low. And I'm like, oh hell nah! Like, how the fuck do y'all get somebody to actually fucking work for y'all? Like being this goddamn weird.
I don't know.
So, has your experience with different XXX companies, how has it been? Like, are these guys guys or females, are they like normally professional, or are they more like scammers?
Okay, so I'm on both sides. Mm-hmm. I'm still in the stripper world, and I am a porn star, and I am a businesswoman. So, let's deal with the categories. There are men that come into those type of situations, and they basically at the beginning point of their interaction with us is we're whores,
Mm-hmm.
and we're there showing our bodies, so basically we should do whatever the fuck they want. So there's a line of disrespect until they actually either know you or get to know you. Okay. So then that line of disrespect becomes to a line of understanding, like, okay, this may be what I do, but it's not who I am. And we, in retrospect, become from a line of disrespect because it's like, oh, here come this lame ass nigga. Or it'll be, okay, I understand. We become therapists in a way. For things that they can't express out there, we give to them here. Mm-hmm. I listen to you and sit in your lap and chat with you, but my ultimate goal in the back of my head is get them dollars. So on the stripper side, I'm listening to anything you got to say as long as you tipping me during that time, because talking is tipping. You understand? It's not, ain't no free shit. I don't do no free shit. And then you have the camera side of it with the company. That's where you get deposits. Not a lot of girls in this industry, unfortunately, can get deposits. The people be like, okay, I pay you when I get there. Because of my look and my hustle and my determination to get what I want when I want it, mm-hmm. I get to, even Plumper Pass at one point was giving me a deposit because I wasn't moving. Like, I don't need you, you need me. Or not need me, but want me. I don't need you. So it became I don't get deposits anymore because now I'm a contract with Comfort Pass. So I just, do my thing. But you run into different calibers of men and women in this business that have a preconception of who you are based on what they're just looking at. And then once they get to meet you, they find out that you're a valid person. Like the validity of your essence spreads all over them, and they just ooze out like, oh my God, you are better in person than you are on the computer or on the TV or whatever the case may be. So that's to answer that question. You run into some different personalities, and we just adapt to handle those personalities and can still do the business at hand. Like, keep it on topic. Keep it on topic.
Now, like you're real cool. There was a stripper party in Chicago. I guess I could say one of your colleagues. I don't know if I can call her one of your colleagues. I don't want to drop her name because I quite frankly think she fucking sue me. But
I'll drop it. What is it?
When we finish, I'll tell you her name because this was like I met her on 2 occasions, and both times she was like a dick. We were at Mr. G's. I had just graduated from law school.
A long time ago.
Yeah, I had just graduated from law school, so it was probably like 2009.
Mr. G's in forever.
Yeah, it's still there.
That was like the beginning of my porn career. For the people that don't know, not only did I dance back then, but I also threw a lot of parties. So I know that I threw a couple of parties at Mr. G's, and I know I attended a few parties.
You've thrown a lot of parties in Mr. G's. You've thrown a lot of parties in Chicago.
Yes. Yeah, because I live in Chicago. My daddy is Chicago. I just said that. Like, I own Chicago. I'm just saying. I can. People be like, how can you run up in somebody else's state and throw a party? Because I can.
Yeah.
Because I can.
And I will admit, they are big turnouts.
You wasn't doing it. The fuck I'm not going to do it for. The fuck?
But she was in Mr. G. She had a bodyguard that was like, man, he was like 6'10", 7 feet tall. And like, people were like, I think a picture with her was like $50. This was like 08, 09. So the guys were like,
I can't even. So you talking about, because on my lineups, all they are is porn stars, and everybody got their own security. Who you talking about? Give me some initials. I'm being nosy.
She's a color.
She's a what?
She's a color.
Okay, she's a color. I don't know.
She's a color on your hand. She's a color on your hand.
She's okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Got you.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll sue.
I
She
know.
not on her mindset.
I know she will. That's why I shut the
She
fuck
will
up.
sue the fuck out of you.
So she had a guy there. He was like 7 feet tall. So people were like taking pictures with their cell phones. You know, basically dope boys and scammers were in there. So
Yeah.
she went off like, yo, fuck all these broke niggas. I don't want these motherfuckers taking pictures unless they're paying. So she told her
Yep.
bodyguard to come take our phones. And he
Yep.
looked at her like, nah, homie, you get the fuck on with
She
that.
trying to get me killed in this bitch.
Yeah, it's like I've met her on 2 occasions. Like,
Listen.
I met her
Yes,
on two
she.
occasions.
I've been told several times that she has a very nasty disposition,
Oh, shitty as hell.
and we've had our personal run in, and I can speak about this because I still got the email, so I got receipts. So we had our run in, where I have my own liquor. I made
It's
this
a vodka.
hustle
I've seen
once.
it.
Yes, yes. So I was doing a sponsored Preve Vodka sponsored tour, and I was trying to get different porn stars to do parts of the tours for these artists, so we can have, like I always do with my parties, titties and ass and music at the same time. Well, she allowed someone to speak on her behalf because he did a lot of production for her music, produced a lot of her beats that she was doing at the time. I don't know if she's still doing music now. And
I think she got off the
he was
coast.
out of Detroit. Okay. So when all of this was going down, I was in Paris on my own shit, doing a fucking booking. So when my partner, and I could drop his name, Scotty,
Okay.
came to me and was like, hey, we got an issue, such and such in Detroit, misspoke for her, and she wants to talk to you. I was like, I'm in Paris. I am literally 6 hours ahead of you guys. And when this came in, it was, at my time, it was already 11 o'clock. And she wanted to talk in a couple hours because she was in the studio. And I said, okay, I'm going to stay up till 3 a.m. for this to find out what's going on, because I didn't know it was going to be some bullshit at the time. So we kept going, and she was like, well, I didn't approve these photos, which I get it. I get it, because I'm just like, don't fucking use my image without my permission, especially if you promoting some shit. And I ain't been paid because she hadn't been paid. Okay, I didn't run her money. I didn't run her check. So we used her photo and we put it on a flyer, and we were still kind of like, it wasn't that I wasn't trying to pay her. It was that the person that she allowed to represent her was like, oh no, you don't have to send no money. You can pick any photo you want. I was like, and I asked this man, I said, listen, I don't even allow nobody to do that. Are you sure I could just pick a photo off the Google and use it for her? He was like, yeah, she'll be fine. No, she wasn't. No, absolutely not. So when we got on the phone, it quickly ran into some, well, you didn't ask me. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. You need to speak to old boy that's repping you. Don't come at me like that, because I did ask him. And I was like, because he was on the phone, it was 4 people on the phone. I was like, did I not ask you if I could use that photo of her? Did I not ask you where she wanted her money sent? Because I did ask. He was like, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. We're going to get everything together while we still mapping it out, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, whatever. So I knew not to do it. Like, that first voice, you got to listen to that first voice. I knew not to do it, but I was like, okay, he repping her. That's like management to me. You see how you had to deal with my management in order to get me on this interview. That's like management. So I gotta listen to your manager. The nigga said, don't fucking worry about it. I didn't worry about it, but she snapped. And when I explained to her what was going on when she was on the call, I was like, listen, I'm all the way to fucking Paris and you in California. At the end of the day, that's your people's fucking up. So don't come at me like I tried to do some slick shit. Because she was like, y'all trying to be slick and put my face on this flyer so people can start buying. I was like, people already buying. What are you talking about? I don't need you. So I was like, don't worry about it. You just messed up a $6,000 check. I'll talk to you later. And I hung up with them, and I called Scotty after I woke up, and we discussed that shit. So she ran up in the email saying, well, if you could deposit this. No, I'm not depositing shit. I'm not depositing nothing. I'm not talking to no managers. Because she tried to give me her actual manager's fucking information. No, you didn't. Your mouth fucked you out of $6,000 at the end of the day. So yes, she has, I've been told and I've experienced a very nasty disposition from her, but I also have heard that she's a fucking wonderful person. I guess we just caught her on the wrong day using her shit without permission.
I
We
caught her
didn't
on the
have
bad day twice. So
permission. Yeah, we didn't have the valid permission that she wanted. So I can definitely see her in that event running up people's phone, like, give me the phone, give me the phone, give me the phone, give me the phone. I can see that. I can see her doing that.
yeah, I'm glad she just didn't take it to the next level. That would have been a catastrophe in the club.
Yeah, and I can see fans being completely put off because at the end of the day, we're all human.
Mm-hmm.
But during an event, and if you're going to be online, and if you're going to be in radio interviews, you have to play to your audience. You understand? You have to step outside of who you are as a person and be the character that you present to the public. And that means sometimes not so much dealing with fuck shit, but having the decorum to rise above and nicely get that person where you want them to be, if you can, instead of inciting the situation and making that person hotter than they already was, or even turning a whole fan off. Like, she could have completely turned you off and you could have been off of her because there's a big butt and a smile everywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
Just because you got a fan don't mean you can keep a fan if you got an ugly disposition. So you gotta play to your audience. And then just because you up today, I mean, you're gonna be up tomorrow. Like, she all the way in my field now. Like, how you go from being a skinny starlet and couldn't make no more money now?
We giving out too much info. People will know who she is now. We have too much.
No, they won't because there's a couple of them. No, they won't because there's a couple of them that's done that. Like, no, like, stay in your lane. That's like celebrities getting OnlyFans accounts. What the fuck you need an OnlyFans? Aren't you getting a record check? What the fuck you need to be on OnlyFans for? But I understand a hustle is a hustle. We must turn over every rock. But damn, really? Every rock?
Now, when it comes to the actual videos, I've always wondered, is it more like with the ownership, is it more like a record label artist thing, or it's like once you perform, that's it, you get your payment, you don't have any rights in the video anymore?
It depends on your deal. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when I first started, I was doing everything I could to keep the hustle going with different small companies. So let's say a company was paying $250 a scene, $250 a scene. Mm-hmm. I was doing that. If it's a fucking photo shoot for $500-$600, I was doing that. And you don't own anything because everything is 2257. Okay. So you sign a contract, you say that you're old enough, you say that you're going to film this. As long as they have your signature, they own that property. Now, the thing is, ladies that are listening or men that are listening, do not sign no paperwork unless you got your money, honey. I cannot stress that enough because the fuck shit is real in the porn game. Always have your bread in your hand before that pen or pencil touch that paper. Don't do it. Don't take a check. Who fucking with checks nowadays anyway? But don't take a check, Cash App or something like that. Something that they can't run it back. Don't do a Venmo. Don't do a PayPal because a motherfucker can call PayPal and Venmo be like, I need a reimbursement, and you done did work and they just snatched it out your account. Fuck that shit. Cash App don't give shit back. So get your Cash App on. But yeah, you need to make sure you get your money before you do the paper. Before you sign that paperwork in this porn game. You must always get your business done first because it's a business. Your body is a business 365, 7 days a week.
Now, when it comes to like the different personalities in the porn game, like for the most part, are people cool, or as your colleague we discussed earlier, do you run up on some people with shitty dispositions? Like, is it like any other job? Some cool people, some shitty people?
Yes. It is and it isn't. But when it is, it's high alert. Like, we level orange. Mm-hmm. So in this business, the girls that trap extensively during escorting, okay? Mm-hmm. No matter if they dance or they do porn, if they escort on top of that, they claim clients. All right. So that's where the problem comes in. So I advertise because this happens so many times. I advertise one of my stripper parties. I got porn stars on the list. They tell their fans and their clients to come. They clients see some new. So the new pop into the party. She got the nice perfume, the nice outfit, lashes popping, lips gloss, and a nigga wanna holler. But this one over here, that's her client. So she not trying to really share that nigga's opportunity to advance somewhere else and do some off bookings with this girl over here, because now that's cutting into her money. Okay. You understand? Like, that's cutting into her monthly establishment of who she are. So I don't know. Then you got, when they click up, you got the cat fights, because women, at the end of the day, we're women. I'm not going to say that, because the men are bitches too in this porn game. So the women are first at it. So when they click up, they start talking about their personal lives. They start giving each other too much ammunition. Keep eating the beast. So that's not your friend. Like, you came into this business on your own. You laying down on your back on your own. You getting spit on you on your own. That's not your friend in this business. You a good associate. I fuck with you. We can go out to eat together after, we get done with shit. But I'm not going to tell you about my home life. I'm not going to tell you about my troubles. I'm not going to tell you what the fuck I'm going through, because I can't trust you. Because at the end of the day, you run up on somebody that I don't fuck with, there's the dog bringing the bone. Like, you telling you running all my business, and here we go with the drama. Well, such and such said this, such and such said, and did this, and like, yo, I told you that in confidence. Ain't no confidence in this game. Should they tell on clients? Like, what the fuck? Why would you trust this bitch? When a person show you who they are, you better fucking believe it and watch it and deal with it in that way. So I deal with everybody the way they present themselves, and I give nobody my personal shit. I keep my somebody asked me a question. I did one of them Instagram pop-up things, and one of them was like, why don't you post any personal things online? Because who the fuck wants you in my personal life? Like, at the end of the day, you can't help me with shit I'm going through. Yeah. You can't what are you in New Mexico? What are you in Brazil? What are you in California? I'm over here. What you gonna do? How you gonna help? How you want to soothe me? I'm not putting no personal pictures running you in my... And every time I take a picture, it's always with a white background. I'm not showing you shit in my crib. Like, I'm not showing you nothing that's going on with me. So no personal. This is all business, and business is good. It's all business. So no, I don't fuck with anybody in the porn business except for one person. And I'm gonna tell you this. We was getting ready to fight because I got a hands problem. My family made me get a Bell on my account, because I'll smack a bitch quick. That's my other phone. I smack a bitch real quick. So what happened was, I threw a party in Greenville, South Carolina at Club Money. Hold on, let me turn this down. I'm sorry, I'm fucking up your interview.
Oh, you good? You good?
A party at Club Money. I think this had to be, I want to say this was 2012. It's 2012. Was it 20? No, it was 2013. It was actually 2013. So I threw a party at Club Money strip club. First time BBWs were ever allowed in a strip club. So Miss Summer Lachey.
I know who Summer Lachey is.
Yes, that's my baby now. She my baby now. This Summer Lachey came to my party, and it was just getting started, so people were still filtering in. And sometimes I can respect it, because I've been on both sides of the fence. When you go to a party and there's not a lot of people there, and you were there on time, and now it's 2-3 hours in and ain't nobody there, then you feel in some kind of way. But most times what happens is everybody come in after the let out, or everybody come in after 11 or 12 o'clock, and then it's flooded all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. So she had left before people actually started flooding the situation. And she was like, I gotta go. My dad was in a car accident, blah, blah. So at the time, I had no reason not to believe her, but go ahead and handle your business. You gotta do this, you do that. So I leave, and I'm not gonna drop this girl's name because I'm not giving her no shine. I leave South Carolina and I go to Atlanta to this woman's house. And she tells me that Summer lied to me, that it wasn't her dad, she just wasn't feeling the party and she left. I was like, damn, she could have kept it 100. I'm one of the most 100 motherfuckers you could ever meet in your life. Because I give it and I expect you to give it back. Like, whatever I say, you don't like it, fucking repeat. Like, say something. Be a grown up. That didn't we strive? I can't wait till I get grown. So I say what the fuck I want to say. So she was like, I was like, damn, she could have just told me that she didn't want to be there any longer. Like it wasn't her vibe, or she was thinking it was going to be more people. Because I would have been like, just wait it out, because the owner had already put the fill it out and everybody come in. It was flooded. It just was making mad money after she left. So I was like, okay, fuck her. I'm not talking, because I'm quick. Ooh, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm quick to cut you off. I'm a military raised child. And my dad and mom moved around a lot when we were younger. And because of that, we had 7 days. My dad did not play. We had 7 days, 7, to get over any friend relationships we've ever built. Because he don't want to hear shit about that person after 7 days. So when I cut you off, you cut the fuck off. Like, I'm not thinking about you no more. You dead to me. It's whatever. So I wasn't thinking about her no more. She was dead to me. Fucking Summer Lachey. I'm not fucking with it. So I think it's like 8 months go by. Now we're in Vegas at the Plumper Pass BBW Award show. And I leave out of the conference room where everybody was, congregated. And I'm walking down the hallway. Now in front of me is, who was Miss Norma Stitz. Miss Norma Stitz was in front of me, and her and Summer are real good friends. So I guess Summer was walking up to meet with Norma, and I guess she had it in herself to be like, oh, you know what? I need to address something with you. I was like, now see, I got hands problem. So when you run up on me like that, the first thing I'm ready to do is fight. I'm not waiting for no world star. I'm going to hit you first. So she was like, I need to talk to you. Where can we go to talk? So now, where I come from, you tell somebody you want to talk in private, we about to handle some business. So I pointed to the stairwells. I was like, let's go on the stairwells. So now I got my hands ready for her to say one slick shit thing to me, and it's on and cracking in the stairwell, like, no haps. So she was like, well, I want to know why I keep contacting you on Facebook, and I tried to call you because I blocked her number. I tried to call your number. I've been trying to get people to talk to me. I was like, bitch, you know what you did. She was like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. I said, remember how you left my party talking about your dad, this, and your dad, that? And she was like, yeah, my dad was really in a car accident. I was like, well, such and such said that you lied and that there was nothing wrong with your dad. You just wasn't feeling my fucking party. She was like, no, that's not the case. And I've had problems with her before. So here comes the why I don't fuck with people in the industry, the clicking up and all this shit, because I thought I was good with this girl. You understand? Mm-hmm. That raised phone to me about Summer. So I was like, okay. So I guess my universe was like, hear her out. And I unclenched my hands and I let her run me the story. And it made sense. It just made sense. I was like, okay, well, I got another event coming up and you're more than welcome to join up on that time on. So ever since I didn't swing on my baby, I didn't swing on Summer, and she's been on my lineups, we became friends. Like she got through a wall that I don't let people in no more. Like, she got through that wall. We're best of friends. We're business partners in a few ventures. And I killed somebody over that girl. I had an issue. I drove 11, because I'm crazy. Y'all, please understand I'm crazy. Left my crib, drove 11 and a half hours to the destination because this particular person was throwing an event. And once I got there, someone was like, come by, pick me up, and go with you. Make sure you don't get jumped. Because, of course, this is her event. Her friends are there, this and that, whatever. Me, my crazy ass in 11 hours and never thinking that I was going to get jumped. So I was like, okay, come on, I'll pick you up. So she goes with me. She double strapped. My baby, listen. She double strapped. I was like, what you need? 2 just in case a bitch want to try to jump in, I'm gonna hold them off. I was like, all right, you do you, because I'm here. We get there and it's no party. Like, it was a whole scam on the fans. So the bitch ran off with their money, and that was that. So I never had the opportunity to deal with that. And then I was like, you know what? My universe was like, don't do this, bitch. I'm gonna let you drive these 11 hours so you can feel this, and you feel how stupid you were for driving fucking 11 hours to fight somebody for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long
And
ass
then
drive
I'm
for a
gonna let
fight.
you reevaluate your life and see what's important. So I don't even fuck with it. I just leave her dead to me, and me and Summer are the best of friends. And I don't do no click ups with no bitches, because you learn from your mistakes, or you're supposed to. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes. So I fucks with everybody that I fuck with. I associate with them. I help everybody get a bag, because I'm never a hater. But when I don't fuck with you, you dead to me forever. I don't care what kind of relationship we had prior to, whatever the incident was that you sent me over the edge that I wanted to use a bail money account. So at the end of the day, don't get on my bad side, because you will want to contact me. You will want to contact me, because I make sure bitches eat in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just make sure I do. I'm a nice person. I make sure everybody eats. If there's a will for me to get some money in your pocket, I make sure it happens without charging you anything. Not charging you up, not asking you. The most I do is a $40 tip in for my lineup for these girls, because I have my own overhead. But I don't get into their pocket. There's no tip out. There's no none of that. All the bread you make, that's your bread.
Yeah.
I got my own bread. I don't need your bread. You trying to get it like I'm getting it. So why am I double dip? I'm gonna make you tip in and do a tip out? Or no, we're not doing that. So that's it. Summer Lachey. And I have one best friend, male friend, that's been my friend for 35 years. Like, we grew up together. So picture that.
When it comes down to male co-stars, are there like people who you just won't work with? Like, have you ever just said, "No, I can't work with him"?
That's a good question. Who wouldn't I work with that I've had sex with, swallowed cum with, and let him basically bang my guts out? Okay, so the one, and like I said before, I'm bad with co-star names, so I can't tell y'all the name of the guy, but he was new. This was just recently. I just shot with Plumber Pass in August, the weekend of August 22nd. It was not Stretch. Stretch was the truth. Stretch, the first time in 10 years on camera. What the fuck? I thought I turned this down. The first time in 10 years on camera that he made me squirt. Like, on my private time, everybody, natural squirter. But I clenched that shit up, because I don't want to do that. I need to save some shit for a surprise in my personal life. But this nigga brought the streams of glory down, and I just attribute it to the fact that we've been on lockdown since March, so I haven't really had the opportunity to filter in too much sex in my life. So he just got the rain on me. It just all came down. So Stretch would be good, but the guy that I did the scene after that, oh my God. The problem is, fellas, when you have a big dick, that's your tool. Like, you need to learn your stroke method. If you're going to be in the porn business, you need to operate your machinery correctly. Like, you need to be at one with how would you maneuver a big girl versus a little girl? How am I going to get the best angles and still get my stroke right? Like, it was just, I was like, in my mind, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all didn't like that scene, because I was like, blah. I was like, I can't wait for this shit to be over.
I have seen some scenes. It was just like,
they wanted me to reverse cowgirl him, and I was so happy my face was turned away from the camera. And even if he heard this, I wouldn't give a fuck, because he don't matter to me. So I was so happy that my face was turned, because I was making all kind of faces like, Lord, please I was like one of them comedy shows. Lord, please let this shit be over. Please count down this clock right now. Come on. We got two more positions. 2 more positions. Two more positions. Because, they lay everything out. Everything is timed. Everything. Porn is not what y'all think it is. It ain't no fucking gonzo shit like back in the 70s where you just come in and you just bang it out and they get what they get from that and you fucking for like hours at a time. Now everything is, okay, I want you to wear this outfit and take your top off 2 minutes in and then play with your titties for 45 seconds. I want you to lift your leg, turn on your side, and let him do 60 strokes or let him fuck for 60 a minute. Or I want 2 minutes of back and I want you to do this with your face. Or I want you to play with your titties on your back and put your leg up on his shoulder. Like everything is guided. I need to get this angle. I need to get that angle. And then we do pictures. It's like, it's work. One, like you be on set from 7 in the morning to 7 at night to do 2 or 3 scenes.
Man,
It's work.
And we'll get 30 minutes of footage.
And maybe 20.
No.
Yeah, 20, because they do a lot of this and that position, like this item of clothing on or off, and taking these pictures so that they can edit, loop, and stretch shit. Okay. And then they make a 20-minute movie off of maybe 10 minutes of positions. So yeah, that part. Now, I'm sorry, I ruined it for y'all.
Hey, you're giving us what we want to know. Now, I noticed there's you got the AVN Awards and you got the Urban X Awards. Okay. Now, me looking on the outside, me being Mr. Cynical, I'm thinking there's an obvious reason for the two different award shows.
It is.
Well, tell me if I'm wrong or right.
It's very okay. I'm gonna say this now. This has nothing to do on AVN because I don't know. I've never attended. No, that's not true. I attended the AVN one time. All right. So my experience was, I don't do award shows anymore. I can give a fuck about having an award about the best cum, the best anal, the best cum drinking. All I want to see is commas in my account. So I don't worry about nobody's fucking award. AVN for the BBWs. Now there is a such thing as usury. They use fat black women and even fat white women, fat Chinese women, fat women, period, in the industry, and they put us in the back. Now understand what I'm about to say to you all. When you walk into one of these conventions, everybody has a table. Those tables can run anywhere, depending on what you're doing, from $400 to $10,000. Okay.
God damn.
So the higher your table, the more merchandise you're bringing in, the more you're expecting fans to buy from you. So when you are a fat BBW in the industry, you're expecting, if you kick out $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for a table, that you want at least, and I'm being real about this. Bitches ain't gonna be real. I'm being real with y'all. You're gonna at least make at least half your money back, if not more. Okay, because there's always the uppage. The uppage is, let me picture. I'm gonna charge $20, $25 for a picture. Let me do this little video clip. Let me say something to a fan, because everything's a charge. You understand? It's not just the table and the merchandise. I'm gonna get the uppage also, so I might walk out of there with more money and I might not. Now, they put you in the back. The traffic flow comes through the front. They got all the skinny white bitches, and I said it, all because I experienced it. All the skinny white bitches and all of the mainstream companies at the front. So every time a customer come in, their money is already spent before they just keep walking around the convention, looking at the table, saying hi, seeing who their favorite porn star is, and not really having no money to buy any of the merchandise. But they might have $20, $25 to take a picture. But they don't have the bread to buy $100 worth of cotton candy pussies and all of that. So nah, I don't do the award shows because it's very, and it's very racial, because they very much don't have black women. They very much don't have big black women on their website when they're advertising these events. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But if you go back to every AVN, you will never see a black bitch on the cover of their motherfucking website saying, come to this event. But let me tell y'all this. In this porn industry, BBW porn makes $8.7 billion dollars. I'm sorry, makes the most out of the $8.7 billion that the porn industry generates every year. We're the number one selling niche of porn, not heterosexual, not fucking skinny white girls, starlets, or anything like that. We are the number one earners in the porn game. And I dare somebody to say that I'm not speaking the truth because the numbers are there. So everybody's watching fat porn, whether it's black bitches, white bitches, Mexican, I don't give a fuck. You're watching fat girls get in it because your mama fat. Your mama fat. Your
Don't you talk about my mama.
Your auntie fat, your cousin Juju fat, everybody fat. So that's what you know. So that's what you watch. Now the texture of the fatness that you watch, that's on like on real sloppy talk. Somebody like them just fat and put together, but they fat. The thing of it, they fat, and we earning in here, and we get treated the worst in this business, which is why I don't do anything without my money. I don't give a fuck who you are in this industry. I don't care what fucking company you are in this industry. You gonna give me my respect first, and then you gonna pay me for that respect, because I know what I will bring to your company by my image being on there. So at the end of the day, that's my answer to that question, based on fucking racist ass motherfuckers. I said it. And the Urban Awards, they don't get their just dues, but it's too much clickety clack. They didn't keep that shit professional, and it's too much clickety clack behind the scenes, and it's not fair for some people because people are getting voted in that are friends of the person or the people that are throwing it. So it's not even really a fair advantage of what's going on with that urban shit, which is, I tried it. I'll give everything a try, but when I see the fuckery to it, I'm out. So I don't do anybody's award shows except for Plumper Pass because I have to, but his shit be on point and I don't stay too long. I go do my appearance, do what I gotta do, and I'm out. So the fuckery be real in things. It's very racial. It's very put downish if they don't really fuck with, because you don't see, like if you go to Bang Bros, you don't see a lot of fat people. And not just black, just fat. That's that's racism. That's a size racism. So you don't see a lot of fat people on there. Like if they do, it's like a little niche. Like it's not exploding. The only two main BBW companies in the entire porn industry is Plumper Pass, which is Sensational Videos, and Ken, a BBW Highway. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is making their own little porns. Like I said, that was the first strip club that BBWs could get into. There are no strip clubs that have BBWs, like real BBWs, not a thick bitch, real BBWs on their lineup that can climb poles. Oh yeah, I got a couple bitches on my fucking lineups that can climb poles, do splits, do tricks, do handstands, do everything a skinny bitch can do, but they won't be allowed in them clubs because people don't fuck with BBWs. They'll have a BBW night. Mm-hmm. They'll do that. They'll have something to bring in some money on one of their off days, like a Tuesday or Wednesday BBW night. They'll do that, but they will not fucking have you there on a regular, not on no motherfucking Saturday. I wish you would come to my club on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's a strip club. I wish you would, bitch. So no, there's no respect towards melanated people, because sometimes the Mexicans and the Orientals, that's not proper. Asians.
There you go.
Asians, right? Asians. Yo, I used to say Oriental so long.
Hey, Oriental like 1970s.
Before me was like, no, that's not politically correct. You're supposed to say Asian. I say, okay.
That's like saying colored.
Do what?
That's like saying colored.
Yes. So I had to check myself. I be wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. Shit. So I check myself. I'm not above being wrong. So I check myself, and it's Asians now. But yeah, you get no respect. Get no respect at them award shows. Not a drip drop. I don't attend them.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Cotton Candy. I think this has been the best interview I've had so far.
You're so crazy. Well, let me know if you got any follow-up questions.
Believe me, I think I'm going to have a lot of follow-up questions for you.
Yeah, that's what it's hitting for.
So how can the people reach you?
Okay, oh my God. All right, so the first and foremost, I am not Nikki. Let me address that right now.
She is not
Everybody think
Nikki.
I'm I am not Nikki. My porn business is a family business. My mom makes outfits, my dad does transportation, my brother's the head of my 6-man executive security team, and my youngest sister is my manager. You must contact my pit bull, because that's what she is, Nikki Red,
She's a nice pit
and she
bull.
will get your email at Nikki Nikki Red Red manager MGR of CC at gmail.com, and she will answer you within 72 hours, because some emails be overrunning, and she will get to you and give you all the answers that you need to get shit done. Now I'm gonna tell you, I call her a pit bull for a reason. She not with the shits. So if you send something to that email, make sure that you ask all your questions, because everything she sends you gives you all the information you ever need. And people don't like to read. Reading is fundamental. So read the email she sends you, so you don't ask no questions. Because after the second or third interaction and you still asking the same shit, she blocks your fucking email. I'm telling you right now, because it's a waste of time. Like, you just probing for information. At this point, I've been in the industry long enough to know that you just probing for information. She knows you probing for information. The family knows you probing for information, and nobody has no time for that. It's too many emails to answer. So Nikki Red, manager of CC at gmail.com. Watch me on cottoncandyxxx.com. I'm rebuilding my first initial website, cottoncandy.com. Catch me on OnlyFans at Cotton Candy BBW Star. That's PSTAR. And that's basically it. I don't get my phone number out, so don't ask for it. I don't like my phone ringing. I like to watch my apps in peace. Catch me on Instagram, but stay out my DM. I'm just going to send you back to Nikki to the email address. You cannot circumvent her. And that's basically all I got to say. We keep the jokes going and we keep it live.
You post the best memes. Or is it memes? Memes?
Yo!
Memes? Well, you know what I mean.
Memes.
Memes.
I used to say memes. I used to say memes.
Yeah, I steal like 3 from you
It's like,
every
it's
day.
not memes. It's memes. Like, that says memes.
Yeah,
So don't feel bad. I used to do that too, but
I steal
they like
about 3
memes.
from you every day. So
That's all right, and that's what they there for. I like to put my crazy out there, so everybody that follow me, I know that y'all crazy with me. Y'all like it. I be with the shits on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram at Cotton Candy, the number 1, and the words LUV__ or Cotton Candy Sundays for my radio show, because I am a radio personality as well. So that's basically it. Getting checks.
well,
Get
thank
your
you.
hustle.
Thank you, Cotton Candy. And this has been Lagoons Podcast. You all know how to reach me, LAWGOON.info. And I can also be reached online at Juris Dr. Goon. That's JURISDOCTORGOON. Thank you all and enjoy your day.